Today I will try a 4S battery in this Freewing Pandora. I have replaced the EC, so there's an AVN 30 amp EC inside. So I mean, it should really be a piece of cake just to put a 4S battery inside and try it. So let's head outside and do 4S on this Pandora. Let's start off with some inverting flying. I have some alarm from the EC, but it usually stops when I stop pushing the throttle. So let's just get it out of this, so the EC alarm will stop. So that's something that sometimes happens when you put the 4S battery in RC airplanes, which you try to fly 4S and 3S. I don't know if the EC do get a little bit confused. Then I have a 4S 2200 milliamp battery, which fits really nice inside. You don't have to go so speedy, but if you want to, when you just increase throttle and it responds right away. But what's so fun about this one is actually just to float. So I have a headwind coming from my right side. And it is so floaty and gentle, this Pandora. Reminds me very much of the Turbo Timber series in how it floats. And usually it's really easy to land also. And inverted flying is just excellent. It's really well balanced RC airplane. So I'm deploying flaps then to face the wind. Just kill the throttle. But even on 4S, it's not a really speedy RC airplane. I have the EC alarm again. But it does give you more power to push through things. So I mean, 3S is just fine on this RC airplane, but 4S gives it a little bit of an edge. So not as much as many other RC airplanes. So maybe there's, I can change the prop and get more performance. And of course you can have more bite with a two-bladed prop. But I really like the sound and appearance of a three-bladed prop, so I will keep this one. Let's just touch and go then.
Time remaining 3 minutes.
So you can be really gentle when you land it. Landing gears, they are not really dampened, so if you have a hard landing, it will be kind of hard also.
Landing flaps.
But I think this RC plane is about flying really easy and experience the great gliding abilities.
Takeoff flaps.
And you can really tight turn as well, as this plane doesn't have, as I experience at least, any stall tendency to it. It just flies fantastic. Maybe it's thanks to the dihedral on the wing. Maybe it's just a great lift from the large and wide wing as well. So with a little bit more headwind, I could probably kite this one and fly backwards.
Flaps out. Landing flaps.
So that's a kind of a hard landing. Does sound worse than it is. So making a no throttle landing is super fun with the Pandora.
Time remaining 1 minute.
As you can see, inverted flying works just excellent. Enough power to do an inverted loop on the exit as well. But the fun thing is to do this, no throttle, kind of bouncy. I don't think you have to worry so much about the landing gears. There's a solid metal pin going from wheel to wheel, which usually means that the landing gear will last a really long time. It might bend, but it is a really solid wire. So if I'd pick one plane to fly in kind of a wind, it would certainly be this one, because it's so fun just to glide. It's just facing the wind head on. So I might try to do softer wheels in the future, just to avoid some of the kind of rough behavior this one has on the ground. Let's get this one down, then the final landing. And it's a really easy, even though it is a little bit waggy from side to side and it does bounce, it's good. And you can also see the tail wheel is actually really, it's oversteered, so you have to really run it straight to have it go straight as well. I think 4S works just fantastic on this one. Of course, I had a lot of ESC alarm from the Avian ESC, which is something I wish I could turn off, but it doesn't really work that way. Of course, you can adjust it, but it's really difficult just to get rid of it totally. And some of the warnings, you can not even adjust them to have a voice alert, which is something I should really think that Spektrum would fix in a firmware. But in this compartment then in the front, there's ample room, so you have to just squeeze it in a little bit to have a 4S battery to fit under this piece over here. I mean, just a great performing one, even on 3S. So is it worth it to try 4S? I mean, yeah, of course, if you want to have more agility and speed, I would certainly suggest that you could look into the ESC if you have to change it. I don't know if the stock one can take it really. But overall, I think this is just a fantastic flying RC plane, regardless of 3S and 4S. It's just so floaty and fun. I mean, a great looking one also when it flies. I think the landing gears, they do hold up really well even on rougher landings. And if you just look underneath, there's actually a like a steel wire or just landing gear piece that goes from side to side. So even though there are plastic parts, I would really suspect this one to last a long time. So I mean, it's a great one. And I also checked that on Motion RC homepage, there's just lots of spares on this one, so you can purchase spare for almost everything on the RC airplane, which is something great because hopefully this one will be around for a long time. And if you somehow break something, it's really easy and not that expensive really to purchase new parts. So I think this Freewing Pandora is just a fantastic flying RCR plane, which I really would highly recommend if you're looking for something high wing or low wing or tail dragger or tricycle gear, because you have all these options in this Pandora.